If you are a disabled veteran buying or owning a home in San Antonio, you may be paying property tax you do not legally owe. That is real money every single year that could stay in your pocket. I'm Christopher Beal, Army veteran and Realtor here in San Antonio, and at Veteran Real Estate San Antonio, I help service members and veterans near Lackland, Fort Sam Houston, Randolph, and Camp Bullis use every benefit they earned. Today, I'm breaking down the Texas Disabled Veteran Property Tax Exemption for 2026. Exactly who qualifies, how much you save at each disability rating, how the 100% exemption works, and how to file it in Bexar County before the deadline. Here's the short answer. If you carry a service-connected disability rating from the VA, Texas gives you a property tax exemption, and a 100% rating can erase the property tax on your home completely. So no, a lot of disabled veterans in Texas pay little or nothing on their primary home. This is one of the strongest veteran benefits in the country, and it is written right into the Texas tax code, so it applies the same whether your home is in Bexar County, Comal County, Kendall County, Medina County, or Bandera County. Now, there are really two different benefits here, and people mix them up all the time. The first is a partial exemption. That is a flat dollar amount knocked off your home's taxable value, and it scales with your disability rating. The second is the full 100% exemption, where the entire taxable value of your homestead is wiped out. The partial exemption can apply to property you own, while the full exemption is for your homestead, your primary residence. Understanding which one you qualify for is the difference between saving a little and saving everything. Let's put real numbers on it. The partial exemption is a flat amount subtracted from your property's assessed value, and it climbs with your VA rating. A rating of 10 to 29% takes $5,000 off your value, 30 to 49% takes off $7,500, 50 to 69% takes off $10,000, and 70% or higher takes off $12,000. Now here's the part people miss. That dollar amount comes off your assessed value, not straight off your tax bill. So picture a veteran rated 70% with a home assessed at $300,000 here in San Antonio. That home gets taxed as if it is worth $288,000. On its own, the partial exemption is a nice annual savings, not a life changer, but it stacks on top of your regular Texas homestead exemption, the general one most owner occupants already claim. Depending on your local tax rate, $12,000 off your value can be a few $100s back in your pocket each year. For a lot of working age veterans still climbing the rating scale near Lackland or out in shirts and Converse, that is real money in the budget every single year you own the home, and it costs you nothing but the paperwork to claim it. This is the big one. If the VA rates you 100% disabled or pays you at the 100% rate because of individual unemployability, you owe $0 in property tax on your homestead. The entire taxable value is exempt, not a flat $5,000 or $12,000, the whole thing. And it covers every taxing unit, your school district, the county, the city, and any special districts. So think about what that means for a veteran buying a $400,000 home in Stone Oak, Chibolo, or out by Alamo Ranch. With a 100% rating, the property tax bill on that homestead can be $0. Now pair that with a VA loan, where qualified buyers put $0 down, and you are looking at one of the lowest costs of home ownership available to anyone in this country. That is the combination I walk 100% rated buyers through all the time, because it completely changes what you can afford. The one rule to remember is that the full exemption is for your homestead, the home you actually live in, not a rental or a second property. Here is the part that protects your family. Surviving spouses are covered. If a veteran with a 100% disability exemption passes away, the surviving spouse keeps that full homestead exemption, as long as they do not remarry. The same protection applies to the spouse of a service member killed in the line of duty. That benefit can even move with them to a new homestead, so a surviving spouse is not locked into one house to keep it. There is also an extra layer in the Texas tax code for veterans who are 65 or older, or who are blind, or who have lost the use of a limb. They can qualify for an added $12,000 exemption on top of the rating-based amount. So if you are a retired veteran near Randolph or Fort Sam Houston, getting up there in years, this is one more break worth claiming. One thing to know is that the surviving spouse benefit is not automatic. The appraisal district still needs the paperwork on file, so it is worth checking that it is in place before it is ever needed. The theme across all of these is simple. Texas tries hard to make sure the benefit follows the veteran and the veteran's family, not just the original filing. So how do you actually get it? You file with the Bexar Appraisal District, BCAD. You will need your VA Disability Award letter dated within the last 2 years, and a Texas driver's license or state ID with an address that matches the property. The deadline to file is April 30th of the tax year. Miss it, and you're not necessarily out of luck, because Texas allows late filing, up to 2 years back for the homestead exemption, and up to 5 years for the disabled veteran partial exemption, but do not count on that. File on time. Here's my real advice as an agent. If you are buying a home, tell your lender and your realtor about your rating up front before you close, so the exemption gets planned into your numbers from day one instead of being a surprise the next tax season. Quick recap. The partial exemption scales from $5,000 up to $12,000 off your value, and a 100% rating means zero property tax on your homestead. If you are buying near Lackland or Randolph, or anywhere across Bexar, Comal, or Kendall County, and you want this built into your numbers before you close, reach out. I'm Christopher Beal with Veteran Real Estate San Antonio. Call or text 210-882-8583 or visit veteranrealestatesa.com. I'll see you in the next one.